Hello YouTube, as you can see I got a new microphone, so if you've seen my other videos, I was just talking through my laptop, but boom, I took advantage of that Amazon Prime deal. And if you look at my title, you can see I've become immune to rage bait. And in this video, I'm basically going to expose the methods on how you can also be immune to rage bait, whether you're a social media creator or not. Because let's be real, we always got someone in our life trying to rage bait us, whether it's our friend, brother, and dude, parents are the king and queens of rage baiting, so you gotta watch this video if this is you. Now I'm first gonna go at it from my perspective on all the rage baiters I'm first gonna go in my experience with rage baiters and how I experience it most of the time. Now we all know TikTok basically invented what this term is, rage baiting, so if you're unemployed you already probably know what this means. But as a social media creator who's doing this whole glow up trend and also self-improvement content, I will get tons of trolls in the comments of my live or even my videos just calling me chopped or trying to rage bait me. Now a good quote to remember is nobody will hate you unless they're below you. So whenever you come across a troll or someone who's trying to hate on you, literally don't let it affect you. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I just cannot take any hate comments seriously, especially when it's just about my looks or someone judging me. I don't know if it's because I've been doing social media since I was in middle school or what, but I have a whole lot better chance of actually getting affected by someone in real life versus someone just typing online. Because I honestly appreciate any comments because that's what boosts my videos in the algorithm. But even in my live streams, bro, I'll get people trying to troll me saying I'm chopped. I either ignore them or just laugh at it. So that is method number one, guys. Ignore it or take it as a joke and laugh with them. Because if you show that it doesn't affect you in any way, their rage bait failed and they're also going to feel like a failure. Now that you got my perspective on rage bait, on how I experience it on my day-to-day life, here's another method on how you can deal with it in terms of real life. But one example of how you could be rage baited in real life is having younger siblings. More specifically, a younger brother. And anyone out there watching this who has a younger brother knows exactly what I'm talking about. These kids are insufferable. But these younger siblings will do anything in their power to rage bait you just so they can either get attention or simply for the fun of it. Now I'll be honest, sometimes I still get rage baited by my brother, but you got to go to rule number one, which is not give a reaction. And then once you're not able to give a reaction and also follow that up with a better comeback, and I'm not talking about crashing out like going WWE on them or cussing them out, but I'm simply talking laughing at their face or doing something really unexpected. I am telling you, you could say 3 words and it could shut them down. One example is simply saying, okay, alright. Or one of my personal favorites is alright, lil bro. Or low-key, sometimes you could just make a silly noise or that silly face that people do on TikTok. But yeah, that is basically how you overcome rage bait with your that is basically how you overcome any rage bait scenario with your friends or your siblings. Now, third thing I'm going to go into is getting rage baited by complete strangers or even your parents. Because let's be real, when you be rage baited by adults, that's a whole different story because they should be matured and have a frontal lobe developed. But low-key, sometimes people are just going to try to make the worst of your day if their day is not going the best. So like you'll see this a lot with retail workers at fast food restaurants, and this is because these workers are always getting agitated by customers and getting all these complaints. Now, number one, if you're the worker and you're getting rage baited by a customer, and you really care about your job, you simply just kiss their butt. And you also have to realize when you fight, you have something to lose, which is your job. So this is why I recommend letting your manager just take over the situation, because it is not worth losing your job over someone's messed up order trying to rage bait you and blame you. Now, if you're the customer and you got a bad order, I can understand how frustrating that is, especially when you had a long day and you just want to munch on some fries. But the truth is, dude, you can go in there like a normal human being and be kind and just say what's wrong. Because if you go in there with an attitude, the workers are just going to feel like they don't have to serve you. Because if you go in there with an attitude, you're going to kill everyone's mood and you're just going to feel angry while you eat anyway. So if you just go in there with a kind face, they might even give you free food if you just ask. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is getting rage baited by your parents. This is probably the worst of them all because these are your parents and you want to honor them and listen to them, respect them. But when they rage bait you, it's going down. And like retail workers, like customers, if they're having a bad day, they like to take it out on others. So if your parents have a bad day, they're likely to take it out on you. But they don't want to reveal that they had a bad day and just tell you straight up. No, they're gonna rage bait you. I kid you not, I heard stories where moms just call their kids and then stay quiet on purpose just so they can get the kids worried. Because just imagine gaming in your room and your mom screams for your name, but then 5 minutes later, she didn't need you for anything. Another example is just imagine you're trying to go out with your friends and they text you to take out the trash and all these different chores they never mentioned beforehand. Now, there's various amounts of examples I can give you about parents rage baiting, but the truth is, if you have parents who do this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when you get older, you'll realize your parents are also parents for the first time. Like, they have no experience whatsoever. So they're also living this new life with you. If you can just get to a point where you don't let the rage bait affect you, you'll be a lot more peaceful in your mind. See? The thumbs up agrees. And what I mean is, do not let anything affect you. This is just like what I talked about at the beginning of the video with my TikTok comments. Just pretend it's nothing. It's just like turning the other cheek, because if you're able to do this, then you're able to overcome anything. And at the end of the day, God will know who's in the right versus wrong, so you got to keep that in mind and keep pushing through. Because I'm telling you, if you let the rage bait affect you, then you're also going to become a rage baiter and the cycle will never end. And so just stay positive. I know it's hard. I struggle with it too sometimes, but yeah, that is it for my rage bait yap.